So right now, John Jones, who is a frequent flyer mileage member of the getting flagged for steroids team that he represents, he's always, not always, but he's been flagged probably, I think, more than any UFC combat fighter that I've been aware of. And right now, he's going from 200 pounds to past what I weigh, and lifting weights. He's putting videos out there. Wouldn't USADA, the doping association, be, that works for the UFC, wouldn't they be on top of that, or like going out to New Mexico or wherever he is? They see the videos he puts out there. I mean, if you haven't figured out now that USADA is just a smoke screen, you can't, listen, you can't test for drugs that you don't know about. There's so many new testosterone derivatives and synthetic things that, they don't have the blueprint for. It's like back when Barry Bonds was playing baseball, they had a thing called the Clear, which was a testosterone type substance that they would, rub on or inject or whatever. And you couldn't test for it because you didn't have you didn't know what it was. You might see that people's levels are higher than normal or for a male at a certain age and whatnot. But, I mean, it's no secret that, nobody's blowing or testing hot in the NFL. Nobody's testing hot in this. Nobody's, what I mean? Like, what, all of a sudden everybody become clean? Highly doubtful when millions of dollars in endorsement deals are involved, and so I just, I really think that John Jones will, and I hope I'm wrong about this, but I really think it will, the end of the road for him will be when he kills somebody, whether with a vehicle or an accidental handgun discharge on one of those dick-pilled, coke-fueled nights that he's, known to, have. And, the one thing, it's like he's talking about getting kicked off his team. Man, I mean, like, I made a video about this already, dude. Do we live in a world and stuff today where, the police came and arrested you and your wife had blood dripping out of her nose and out of her mouth, and you still have a job, and we're still using the buzzword alcohol for substance abuse. I'm not a person that, obviously roid rage is a real thing. You fuck with people's hormones, all kinds of stuff could happen. Obviously, he's taking performance-enhancing drugs that increase your testosterone. Some people can take it and get a little bit more aggressive. Some people, it doesn't bother them, you combine steroids with alcohol, cocaine, amphetamines, and all kinds of different shit, even some we don't know what they do. You know what I mean? But they bring out that trait in you that you already have. When they say, oh, it's this on steroids, meaning your ego or your whatever faults you have are going to be magnified. I just, it's just going to be one of these things where, he's hit a pregnant lady, and I believe she had a miscarriage in his car. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's some serious shit. That's some serious shit. The police came, you got arrested, man, that's some serious shit. I'm just tired of, I feel bad for his kids, and I want him to get help because of his kids, and his wife. What is the UFC doing for his wife? Does she even have control of does anybody know of their bank account? Does she have money? Is she in a situation where she can't leave? Does anybody care? I highly doubt the UFC cares. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, we can't have a guy that is doing this and is still employed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't care how many, a real man, and I've said this too, a real man would say, hey, you know what? Jon Jones, by cutting him, we're going to lose millions and millions, of dollars in fight revenue and whatever, but we've got to do the right thing and we've got to let him go. And Jon Jones won't want to fight for Bellator or anywhere else because of the competition. He likes the competition. He don't want to fight Matt Mitrione and Johnny No Name over in Bellator or whatever, So anyways, that's kind of just how I feel about, I worry about, I worry about that with his kids, It's sad, but it's like the UFC only fires you if they just fired Luis Pena, some weirdo, for beating his wife. And it's like, well, how can you got to do it? Listen, when I was a corrections officer, the one thing that taught me was it's got to be, I already was that way, but it's got to be fair all the way across the board. There's no, some things, not this, not at all.